Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good.
Well, I heard Tommy's announcement today. It just made me pause and think how lucky we were and are at the New England Patriots to be part of something that's been in existence for over 100 years. And whether it's 50,000 or 100,000 players who have played the game, we have had the number one player in the history of the game played for the New England Patriots.
The process of how you win and how you lose is what the most gratifying part of the sport is, and how you approach practice and how you approach meetings and how you approach game playing. I came in with my eyes wide open and listening and learning.
It's sort of a great lesson for young people who have to defy the odds and dream their dreams and really go for it, because here Tommy was the 199th pick in the 6th round, didn't get to beat all the odds, and developed the greatest record in the history of any quarterback in the game, and in the process winning 7 Super Bowls.
Make him get it.
I just wanted to do a great job. You know, I felt like this team made a big commitment to me, and they really trusted me to come in here and do what I needed to do. And I felt like they've given me all the support to be able to do that.
Come on, boys! Let's go now!
When I think of Tom, I just think about his competitiveness.
You want it, you got it. It's right here. You like football, this is where you want to be.
There's no taking any reps, any days, any moments off.
Big day tomorrow. Let's go Bucks on 3. 1, 2, 3.
You worked hard, You little half-ass.
Well, outside looking in, you don't know what to expect, from, Tom Brady. But actually being around him, being in the locker room with him, you see why a lot of people love him.
We were really lucky to have him. As fierce as he was as a competitor and as tough as he could be, he had a great heart and was a great human being. And I think that came from his family, where he had great parents and 3 wonderful sisters, and he always showed love. It allowed me, in the 23 years that I've known him, to love him like a son and have a connection that's pretty special.
You can really feel it. There's no concern on my part or on anybody else's part that he's going to get the job done.
Brady's going to keep taking in for the touchdown.
You can feel it, the sense of urgency, the IQ he has for the game.
Cover 2.
He lets you know, what to expect every single drive.
Those are dark caught ball. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Nice shot, baby. Way to go.
And when you look into his eyes, you just want to play hard for him because, he's the greatest of all time. And you don't want to disappoint him.
Come on, guys. Hey, we need more. Brady goes deep. What a throw. What a catch. Brady going to run for it. Right down the middle of the field, and he slides down. Go, Leather. Yeah.
A locked in time in his 4th quarter, and knowing that it's 2-minute challenge, and we have to score. I'm talking about laser focus.
Brady goes for the deep shot. He's got a touchdown. Scotty Miller. Hey, you already know. Brady fakes to Fournette. He throws. It's caught. It's in for the touchdown. Incredible.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
The greatest football player to ever live. When it's all said and done, I'm going to look back and cherish this for the rest of my life.
Probably just the first time I was in the huddle with him, in practice, I was just really starstruck. I was like, I'm right here with Tom.
You got the great memories that I have at this moment with Tommy. I was thinking on the field and off the field. Well, there are 6 great ones on the field. When he met me and told me he was the best decision this organization has ever made, I really felt he was right.
Well, play our ass off. Let's go. Cut it loose. throw. End zone. Caught. Gronkowski again. Too tight. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a second Super Bowl title.
You know, all these things they make you who you are, and they teach you more about yourself.
We go right, they can't stop that.
You know, I don't know what the future holds, but this has been an incredible part of my football journey.
When my beloved Myra was dying, and how he helped me get through that, and how supported and loving he was to me. But also, I thought of how I had the privilege of going to his wedding down in Costa Rica approximately 13 years ago to a small group, and enjoying that special moment in his life with his family. And then just a couple months ago, he coming to my wedding celebration and skipping something that was important to him, but showing love and respect to something very important to me. It's hard to find those relationships in this world, and I truly cherish special relationships, and I'm so fortunate to have had Tom Brady in my life.
I was a free agent, and I didn't know what my career was going to be, you know. Everyone always says, why the Bucs, man? Why did you choose the Bucs? And it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer.
Well, watching the video, I got emotional myself because I just know how hard that was for him to do. Tom Brady is basically saying, I choose not to compete anymore. And for that sort of statement to say that, you know, I'm done, I'm retiring is hard for Tom to say because of the addiction that was the competition, the addiction that was the winning of the Lombardi Trophy and winning multiple championships and over again doing what he could do to win championships. So I know what a hard message that is for him to give. I think as a former teammate, I feel like compelled to say, no, Tom, thank you. Thank you for being the best teammate I ever had. Thank you for being a friend to me, even after I retired, decades after, asking me about my family and being the type of friend that you were for so many years for me and continue to be. So thank you, buddy. I love you. And I know this was a hard day for you, but welcome to retired life. So I guess that's something I want to say there. But I guess Tom Brady, what he just achieved was something that we weren't able to achieve in 2007, and that's perfection. Because his career was absolutely perfect in my eyes. Because he came in as a low-round draft pick, 199th. No one knew about him on the team, and all he did was work for everything that he earned and ended up achieving. He wasn't the betrothed one. He wasn't the number one overall pick that everybody looked to and that you're the man, go do it, you're the leader. No, he had to start at the bottom and work his way up. And he did. And he started out and he became a Super Bowl MVP. Early, he deferred leadership to other leaders on the team while he learned. He had a comeback from an ACL injury, a knee injury. He had to do that. I mean, he switched teams and proved that, yes, I'm with Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick is great, but I know how to win championships in my own way. And he did that also. He was second in the MVP voting last year, and he was 44-45, and I keep getting his words in my ears all the time. Teddy B, I told you, 45, man. I told you I was going till I was 45, but Tom would say 40 effing 5 is what he would say. Everybody in the room, I can see him. All of you out there, all you analysts that were my former teammate, I told you, 40 effing 5. And that's what he would say. Yep. And so, Tommy, congratulations. I love you, man. You're going to be missed.
I hit Tom Brady harder than I've ever hit any other human being on a football field or not in my life. And I was walking back to the huddle. I was telling my teammate, Jay Ratliff, I got him, dog. I got him. He's out of the game. I got him. Jay Ratliff taps me on my shoulder and says, look back. Tom Brady shakes his head. Matt Light reaches down, picks him up, and Brady goes on to play the next play. It was in that moment that Tom Brady had my ultimate respect. Not just as a really good quarterback, but as a football player. This guy ain't just mentally tough, he's physically tough.
Have you hung out with Brady at all?
I have, and he is the most humble, cool GOAT I've ever been around.
Can you hit one out of here? I think I can. They could never get me out of the batting cage. I was one of those guys. One more. Ah, one more. With the thought of taking probably about 30 or 40 in there now. Oh, that was a good one. One more. Brings me way back to when I used to play. There it is.
There it is. That's a long ways out there, man. That's a long ways out there.
Down rule double.
I think what Tom Brady accomplished is arguably his career is unparalleled.
When we were at the Pro Bowl together after we had won our third championship, we had just gone back to back, okay? And then we are in the Pro Bowl locker room. It's back when you played in the Pro Bowl, and every team is introduced, okay? Every team in terms of the record and the placing you had in the league. So championship team weekend, teams get announced, and the last one to be announced is the Super Bowl winning team. That was us. It was myself, Larry Izzo, Richard Seymour, I think Adam Vinatieri was there, and Tom said to us after winning back-to-back titles, no one has ever won 3 in a row. and we look at him, and I still had confetti on the bottom of my cleats from the celebration in Jacksonville, and we're telling him to relax, man. Let's just go play this Pro Bowl, and then we can talk about it. But that's the obsession, Diana. That's the true obsession that Tom Brady had with this game and winning championship after championship. We as teammates and players still couldn't grasp it, but his was just on another level.
I've been watching a lot of these shows, and that people are wondering if, in fact, this is it for him or why now. I think that's pretty incredible that those conversations are even taking place for a guy that's 45 years old.
Yeah.
Everyone who retires, at quarterback anyway, people are usually saying, yeah, it's a good time. He's pretty much done. And yet there's still teams out there that need a quarterback that would take Tom Brady in a heartbeat. And I think that's as much respect as you can give the guy.
Better career accomplishments, LeBron or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady. I think that we should appreciate Tom Brady more.
Rex, you are yourself, with, I think, in everyone's estimation, one of the great defensive coaches in the history of professional football. You prepared for a lot of great quarterbacks. You put in game plans and got teams ready to play against a lot of great quarterbacks. How would you describe the particular challenge of getting your defense ready to play against Tom Brady?
Well, Greeny, I just think that for so many times, you could move the chess pieces to your advantage. You could bait teams. You could do all that stuff. But if you were going to beat Tom Brady, you had to be at your best, without question. Not even close. The challenge he put on a coach was second to none. And that's what I think of Tom Brady when, I wanted to make dang sure that we were always at our best. I always thought that. But there was something special going against Tom Brady that I knew, like his preparation. There's the only guy I can think of was Peyton Manning that was close to him preparation-wise, and that was it. And if you showed him something one time, you weren't going to get away with it the second time. So that's the way you had to prepare against this guy. And the other thing, though, that you couldn't prepare against was how he elevated his teammates, how he was the toughest damn guy on the field, too. And I think Brew could talk about that as well. This dude was tough as hell and, mentally, physically, and all that. But, man, the durability, like he's playing in games that probably nobody else would play in, but he'd still play. He'd find a way. His movement, nobody thinks of him as a great athlete, but his pocket awareness and movement skills, the way he protected the football, it just set him apart, man. And like I say, I was blessed to coach against him, but also unfortunate to coach against him.
10 Super Bowls is incredible. But the thing that's crazy, why I put football accomplishment ahead of basketball accomplishments is, every game in the NFL is a one-game,
you out and you're done.
Yeah, good point.
If you got Kareem, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kobe, LeBron, Michael, you got the best player in every game. You can lose one game, you can lose 2 games, you can actually lose 3 games. But to have every game be a game 7, every game in the NFL is a game 7.
Yeah.
No matter how great your regular season was, to have every game be the end of your season, and for this man to make it to 10 Super Bowls and win 7, it's one of the greatest accomplishments in history.
There are people that you just bet on, and he's one of those guys. I mean, he's succeeded at everything that he's done. He'll continue to put in the work just like he did as an athlete, and I think that he's wired that way.
I had a player say to me just over text real quick, just that Tom Brady developed this culture of obsession that he established that now everyone tries to replicate. Right? Everyone tries to be just like him, whether it's nutrition, fitness, the way he takes care of his body, but the mental side of it, the focus. All these young guys, these young quarterbacks, all just try to emulate what Tom Brady did. Mm-hmm. And when you talk about culture setting, and Teddy always shares great Patriot stories about how they did it. Whenever you talk to coaches and GMs about what they're looking for in a locker room, it always just sounds like what Teddy described. To have Tom Brady and his teammates tell Bill Belichick what they want to do, that they want to play more, put their bodies out there on the field to take on more, to achieve. That's the dream scenario. That's the championship way. And we will always compare now, moving forward, to what Tom Brady did and how he did it when we try to discuss and establish greatness.
We had Von Miller on me and Ernie's podcast yesterday, and we talked about Tom, and he says, man, the craziest thing about Tom, I didn't want to like him when I met him, but he was so cool and humble. I was like, and this is Von Miller, one of the all-time greats, saying, yeah, man, Tom was talking to me like I was just like some guy he had just met on the street and he was kind. and that's the way. When I've been around Tom, he's like, hey, Chuck, how you doing? Good to see you. And I'm saying to myself, does this dude know he Tom Brady?
He left this game, on his own. He never needed, his skills. He was still at the top of his game. Maybe not the top, but close. And, he did set a NFL record for most pass attempts, most completions this year, and that's how he's going out. But to me, he's without question the greatest of all time that ever played the game. I had the fortune and misfortune at the same time of coaching against this guy more than any other coach. And I'll tell you this, he was an amazing competitor. Not only, a talent and all that, but his competitiveness was unreal. And he would just, he was so hard to beat. And I could just tell you that. His preparation, all the things that went into it, that's the thing that I'll remember most about him. But the thing is, right now he's moving on to another stage in his life, and good for him, man. Good for him. And, I kind of wish he would have retired 20 years earlier. That would have helped me out a hell of a lot. But that was it, man. This was, we're all fortunate to see this. This is the greatest of all time. And, we got a lot of great players in this league, and every year they're outstanding. But I don't think we'll ever see another Tom Brady.
Bruce Arians, who obviously coached Tom Brady, just shot me a text and just tried to get his reaction. He said, I'm really, really happy for him. What a career, and really, what a great dude. That's what you should be talking about.
After they took a couple of rounds, they fell into a groove there, and you can tell an athlete when you see an athlete. I think my recommendation to them is to keep their other job.
I think I could pull one around that pole.
Oh, you got it. You got it. You got it.
I'm done.
Got it. Yeah, you got it. You can see it a little rusty right now, but you can see there's a lot of talent there.
Got it. Hey, they got
it. You try to do too much, everybody watching, you try to do a little bit too much, but both of them did outstanding.
I did pull it out of one of the shorter parts. To get it out on the last swing, I kind of walked away with a real good taste in my mouth.
After the wild card loss, we were going up to our rooms and on the elevator again with Mr. and Mrs. Brady. And the first thing that Mr. Brady said that night, he said, if that's the way it ends, what a ride. And I could almost see himself pulling himself back and saying, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but he was so proud of Tom for doing everything that he had done. But if you had listened and could see and read between the lines that night, it certainly sounded like he thought that there was a real possibility, if he didn't already know, that his son had played his final game in the National Football League.
This may be a little bit more emotional than I was prepared for. Kind of caught off guard today because of Tommy's announcement this morning that he's hanging up his cleats. As parents, you don't like to see him having to battle. But tough times don't last. Tough people do. I'm just honored to be his dad. Yeah. And happy as could be to be able to walk the journey with him.
And we now can say goodbye to the greatest quarterback and the greatest player we've ever seen and begin to get his bus ready for the class of 2028, where he'll join J.J. Watt, amongst others, in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio.
Really, thank you guys so much for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.